Patapon. Snuggle down and cozy up, for tonight you explore the rhythmical world of the Patapon. You wake to find yourself surrounded by tall grass and even taller sunflowers. There are hundreds of them, and the tallest reach up to your chin. You realize you are in the midst of a crop, and the sunflowers are being grown for their seeds. The sun is high in the sky, and the air is warm, but there is no movement. Even the tallest, thinnest blades of grass that grow between the sunflower stalks are motionless. You look around to get your bearings and notice something unusual in the distance, hovering above the grass and flowers. It looks like a flag, and it's swaying gently to and fro. You are puzzled. The flag is flying vertically instead of horizontally, and with no wind it shouldn't be moving at all. There is a design on the flag, but you are too far away to see it clearly. You decide to investigate. As you exit the last of the sunflowers at the edge of the field, you see the grass-covered land rises slightly and culminates in the brow of a hill. Just proud of the hill, the flag is still swaying from side to side. It's only now you see it's a banner, suspended from a pole. It is the pole that is moving from side to side, giving the illusion that the banner is being blown by the wind. The banner carries the symbol of a giant eye, perfectly round with a white pupil in the center. You smile. Now you think you know why the banner is swaying and what to expect when you reach the top of the hill. From the summit, you can see the whole of the valley stretching out to the horizon. There is very little vegetation, just a few trees scattered about, and some sunflowers that must have grown from stray seeds. The ground changes from the lush grass you are standing on to a brownish red, semi-arid and burnt by the sun. A path leads away from the valley bottom into the far distance, but is blocked in several places by fortified towers. They are huge structures made of timber and stone, each one larger and more formidable than the one preceding it. On the section of path nearest to where you are standing are a tribe of Patapons. You are familiar with these interesting beings and are not intimidated by their unusual appearance. They take the form of a large eyeball with short but flexible arms and legs. They carry an assortment of items and wear wooden helms as hats. You observe that the tribe is made up of Yaripons, who carry only spears, and Tatipons with their axes and shields. Surprisingly, they are motionless. Some are standing still, while others are sitting in groups. The only one who is moving at all is the Hatapon, the one with the banner. This Patapon is trying to muster the others, but to no avail. You know how to help. You know that the Patapons have one aim in life, and that is to follow the path to Earth End, overcoming and removing any obstacles that might get in their way. They work well as a team, but they need motivating. You begin to look around, searching carefully for what you need. Eventually, you find some pieces of a felled tree. They must have been abandoned long ago because they are overgrown and tangled with grass. Looking closely, you realize it is hinoki, a wood known for its resonance. You select a thin but strong stick that fits comfortably between your fingers and the largest log you can comfortably hold in one hand. This will be your drum. Returning to the top of the hill, you strike the block 4 times, making sure that you keep the spaces between each strike exactly the same. The Patapons have a sophisticated appreciation of music, and they expect perfect timing. At first, there is very little change in the Patapons' behaviour, but as you repeat the 4-beat measure and increase the volume, you are pleased to see them start to respond. They organise themselves into a straight line and stare directly at you. The Hatapon with the banner begins to lift it up and down in time to the rhythm you are creating. You know that to make the Patapons move, you will need to use command rhythms. These are combinations of perfectly timed different drum pitches, accompanied by a vocal chant. By striking the log directly on the end, you find it produces a higher pitch note than when it is struck in the middle. This gives you the 2 notes you need, pata and pon. You play the command pattern, pata, 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 pon, while chanting the words. Immediately, the Patapon reply by chanting the same pattern and simultaneously march along the path. In order to keep them moving, you repeat the pattern continuously and follow them towards the first of the towers. As the Patapons draw near the tower, they are becoming more animated with each repetition of the pattern. Their chanting has become louder and their movements more exaggerated. Now is the time to give the command to attack. If you can play the new pattern perfectly and keep to the same tempo, the Patapons will get even more excited and will reach fever pitch. This will make the attack on the tower far more effective. Confident in your ability, you play the new pattern and are relieved to see the Patapons attack the tower. You chant and beat the new pattern repeatedly. Pon, pon, pata, pon. And the air vibrates with the sound of spears and axes striking the tower. It takes only a few repetitions of the pattern to bring the tower crashing down. The dust begins to settle, and the thunderous noise of the attack is replaced by the sound of the Patapons scrambling over the ruins of the tower as more arrive riding on horses and drawing open wagons. These are the Kibapon. Suddenly, some of the Patapons become very excited and are falling over each other in their haste to load bits of broken timber onto the wagons. You are surprised and delighted to see that the tower was constructed of super cedar. This is an extremely rare and valuable timber, highly prized by the Patapons. No wonder they are so excited. With the wagons full to overflowing, the Patapons begin a triumphant return to their village. Placing your makeshift drum under your arm, you follow them. You arrive to find the Patapons gathered around a beautiful tree. Its two sinuous, curved branches arch into the evening sky, each one culminating in a spiral like a young fern. Each branch is festooned with glowing orbs which flicker randomly like tiny stars. This is Mater, the tree of life. All Patapons are born from Mater, and if given the right materials, Mater will give birth to a Rarepon, a Patapon with special abilities. You watch, spellbound, as two Patapons dig a hole and bury a precise amount of stone and supercedar at the base of the tree. This is a very sacred occasion, and you feel privileged to witness it. You wait in silence, and soon your patience is rewarded. The tiny lights begin to pulsate in unison, glowing brightly, then dimming in a rhythm that reminds you of a heartbeat. Suddenly, a bright circular light appears at the top of each branch. They move steadily along the branches, passing through each of the glowing orbs, growing in size and intensity until they reach the central trunk of the tree. Here, they combine in an explosion of bright white light. Dazzled, you blink repeatedly until your sight returns. The tree has become a silhouette against the late afternoon sky. The orbs have disappeared, and you observe the curving branches of the tree from the outline of a heart. Beneath them stands a magnificent Rarepon. Much larger than a typical Patapon, this is a Mophile. You recognize it easily by its light purple color and its warm woolen coat. Instead of the three-feathered helm, it has two horns similar to those of a ram. You know that this Rarepon is a very valuable addition to the tribe and will greatly increase the power of their attack. The Mophile will enable them to take on the larger towers that block their path and allow them to continue their journey to Earth End. As the sun begins to set, the crowd of Patapons begins to disperse. They start to gather in small groups around campfires, and the gentle sound of the drum beats fills the air. The Patapons are busy practicing and perfecting a variety of combinations or composing new rhythmical patterns to aid them in their quest to reach Earth End. You smile, pleased you are able to help the Patapon find their rhythm. You are tired now. You locate a comfortable place to lie down near one of the campfires, and using your hinoki log as a pillow, you settle down for the night. The warm air surrounds you, like the wool of the Mophile, and you find comfort in the ever-distant beat of the drums. You close your eyes and gently drift away, awaiting your next adventure.